Welcome my dear students of class 10, and in today's video you will see the structure or anatomy of the respiratory system in human. Therefore, here on the board three diagrams are there, by the help of these diagrams you will understand the structural organization of respiratory system in human. Dear students, let us start the structure of respiratory system, that is starting from the head region. And dear students, in this diagram you will see the air passages in the head and neck region. Head and neck region. As you know, the body is divided into head, thorax and abdomen, and this respiratory system is starting from the head region. It begins with the opening pores, that is called nostrils. In the head region, that is called nose, and from this pore, this air passage continues to the trachea, that is situated in the neck region, and before trachea there is a nasal cavity. There is a space between the trachea and nasal pore, nostril, and air comes from this nostril going through this nasal cavity and this passage and to the trachea. Associated things are there, that is tonsils are there just in the neck region. Epiglottis and glottis. Epiglottis is found on the glottis, so epiglottis and glottis are there. That is the opening and closing wall of the esophagus and this trachea. Then vocal cord is there. You will see this vocal cord, that is in the neck region. Esophagus, that you are looking here, that is parallel to the trachea. Esophagus is found parallel to the trachea, that is work as a food pipe. And here you are looking is trachea, that is surrounded by the cartilage band, which is having elasticity. It is able to expand and contract and having a good protective ability. This trachea is duly protected by the cartilage band. Trachea is the foremost part of the respiratory system, foremost part of the lungs. The passages that enters into the lungs, both lungs, right lungs and left lung. This is right lung. Right lungs. So dear students, the air comes into the trachea from the nostril and it goes to the both lungs like this, the both lungs, and this air get exchanged with the air that is present inside the alveoli. These are the alveoli. These are the small air sacs are there in both lung, right lung and left lung. So these air sacs or alveoli is connected with the blood capillaries. That is connected with the blood capillaries from the blood vascular system, as well as it is connected with the bronchioles. Bronchioles are the last part of the bronchus. This is the left bronchus and this is the right bronchus. The plural of bronchus is bronchi. Right bronchus. You can see this is the windpipe, this is the trachea, what we have seen in the neck region in the previous diagram. So this windpipe, it connected with the left bronchus and right bronchus. So these both bronchus are called bronchi. Commonly it is called bronchi. These bronchi leads to the air sacs or alveoli via bronchioles. The small branches of the bronchi are called bronchioles. It is also called, these are also called tracheoles. As you see here, trachea, and the last part of the trachea, that is tracheoles. So tracheoles or bronchioles get open into the air sacs or alveoli. Here you are looking the rib cage. These are the rib cage, and this rib cage are for the protection of the thoracic region, which is having heart just behind the lungs, which is having heart and lungs. These two organs are very delicate organs. That is why its protection, its strong protection is required, and for this rib cage is there. This rib cage is a compartment that is having these two organs, respiratory organ and circulatory organ, lungs and heart. This rib cage is able to contract and relax by the help of the muscular band that is found at diaphragm. This muscular band is found at diaphragm just beneath the thoracic region. This diaphragm separates the thoracic region to the abdominal region. In the abdomen there are intestine. In the abdomen there are stomach, intestine, and large intestine. Small intestine and large intestine are there. Here you are looking two structures. These are the blood vessels. These are the blood vessels. Therefore, students, this is the diagrammatic representation of the respiratory system of human, which is well advanced and known as lung, right lung and left lung. That is supported with the rib cage and diaphragm. Diaphragm performs function of contraction and relaxation, while rib cage that is able to protect the whole complete organ of thoracic region, that is heart and lungs. Heart comes under the circulatory system and lungs comes under the respiratory system. Therefore, students, now this is the lungs which is situated in the thorax. This is the air passage that is situated in the neck and head region. And now comes to the internal diagrammatic representation of the alveolar sac. You will see how does the blood vessels get enters into the alveoli where gaseous state takes place. So gaseous state takes place in the alveoli, that is with the help of the blood capillaries, which are spread throughout the alveolar sac, where more number of alveoli are formed, and each alveoli is connected with the blood capillary. My dear students, one thing I would like to highlight here, that the pulmonary vein, which is coming from the pulmonary vein, which is going from the lung to heart, is carrying oxygenated blood. Pulmonary vein that is carrying oxygen with the blood is going to heart. This is oxygenated blood carried by pulmonary vein, while deoxygenated blood that is coming from the heart to the lungs is by pulmonary artery, which is carrying deoxygenated blood, or that is carrying carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide comes with the pulmonary artery, along with the blood, and HbCO2 HbCO2, that is carbaminohemoglobin, and this is with the HBO, that is oxyhemoglobin. Dear students, inside it, these pulmonary vein and pulmonary artery get opens into the air sacs where gaseous exchange takes place, and by the process of diffusion, oxygen gets diffused into the blood in pulmonary vein, and the carbon dioxide which is coming from the pulmonary artery get diffused into the air sac. And when this carbon dioxide get collected into the air sacs, this CO2 is going outside of the body via bronchus, and trachea, which results the exit of the carbon dioxide through nasal pore. Therefore, my dear students, this is the diagrammatic representation of the respiratory system of human. Dear students, these lungs are connected with the heart for the double circulation, because in the next video you will see the structure of the transport system in human, and you will understand how double circulation takes place in between the lungs and heart for the pumping of blood into the different organs of the body, as well as pumping of the blood to the lungs for the purification, for the oxygenation, so that blood gets oxygenated and oxygen has to be able to reach to the different parts of the body. My dear students, in the next video you will see the process of respiration or physiology of respiration in human, how does respiration takes place in human as a breathing process, as gaseous exchange process, and as cellular respiration process, both aerobic and anaerobic, that you will see in the next video. So you have to revise it, the structural organization of the respiratory system of human with the help of this diagram. You have to practice the diagram in your copy, practice copy, so that you will be able to understand the whole structure of this respiratory system of human being. My dear students, this process of respiration is very important as far as the liberation of energy is concerned. That is because the liberation of energy requires oxygen, and oxygen is coming from the respiratory system into the body to oxidize the carbohydrate in the cell to get the maximum energy which is 38 ATP. So requirement of maximum energy is fulfilled by the process of aerobic respiration, which requires oxygen. While in anaerobic respiration, if there is no requirement of oxygen, then there will be no requirement of the respiratory system. So dear students, thank you for watching this video. You have to revise this video with the help of this diagram, practice diagram, so that you can learn the structure of this respiratory system. Thank you very much.